Powerful gravitational force pressed down on, straining every muscle as he fought to endure the pressure. The screen flickered with numbers, and in amazed observed the display, his excitement palpable. He marveled at the time, noting it was almost 4 minutes, a full 30 seconds longer than before. Celebrated his endurance, noting he could only last 10 minutes under double gravitational force. A wave of excitement rippled through the crowd as he received praise for his potential as a rank 3 martial artist. Rubbed his forehead, feeling discomfort and concern about his current situation. The cheerful character animatedly shared that still slept soundly in bed whenever meals were delivered. Smirked confidently as he boasted about his potential against an unseen rival, comparing himself to a turtle that could catch a sleeping rabbit. Relaxed and carefree, sleeps on the ground, oblivious to the world around him. Moments later, a sneaky and mischievous character leans over a ledge and laughs at the sight. He notes that has wasted a month of valuable points by sleeping. Confidently reached out, ready to face his opponent, believing he might finally be their match. Tense confrontation unfolded as in a hoodie hurriedly exited through the doorway. Visibly angry, called out to, demanding his attention. Stood confidently with a device in hand, curious about the training room's equipment. His companions reacted in shock and fear to his presence. Prepared to train, a playful voice questioned his unexpected return after a month of rest. Stood confidently before a high-tech interface, ready to assess his growth after a long break, teased him about his lack of warm-ups. The training room buzzed with tension, as smiled while warning about the dangers of not warming up properly. Smug gestured toward a glowing blue object, revealing his confidence in the outcome of the impending confrontation. Mysterious glow enveloped the room, casting shadows over as he stood before the silent apparatus. He questioned why the gravitational system remained unresponsive. Fierce determination surged through as he punched forward, channeling all his focus into the intense movement. A tense atmosphere enveloped the room, as observed the unknown presence behind the glass panel. Tense silence filled the room as processed the shocking revelation. He stared in disbelief, struggling to articulate the weight of his revelation. Another character looked on, anxiety etched on his face as uncertainty gripped them both. A curious character pointed at, expressing surprise at seeing him. The air forcefully, showcasing impressive strength despite the intense gravitational pressure surrounding him. Inside a futuristic chamber performed a move, while onlookers expressed shock at the incredible display. One observer couldn't believe what he was seeing. Another onlooker reacted with concern, struggling to grasp the reality of the situation. A surge of excitement filled the air as he raised his hand, eager to share his thoughts. A glowing button glimmered in the dim light as contemplated his next move. He examined the button, feeling a mix of curiosity and caution. Contemplative gazed intently at his reflection, pondering whether he could endure the challenge ahead. His finger hovered over the glowing screen, a moment of determination before he touched it. A sudden alarming noise shattered the air, causing everyone to jump in shock. Covered his ears, overwhelmed by the unexpected sound. The frightened beside him mirrored his actions, eyes wide with fear. A panting female character also covered her ears, trembling in terror, and anxious joined them, visibly shaken by the noise. A worried figure next to him echoed their distress, hands pressed tightly against his ears. A distressed female character rounded out the group, her face reflecting sheer fright. A sudden chill filled the air as a new threat loomed, sending shockwaves through everyone present. Reacted with disbelief to the unfolding chaos, his mind racing in confusion. Another character clutched their head, overwhelmed by the panic surrounding them. Powerful gravitational force surrounded, pushing him to his limits as he focused intensely. Observers watched in awe, amazed by his incredible strength and determination. Powerful gravitational force pressed down on as he prepared to execute a move, excitement radiating from him and the eager observers around. Desperate man struggled, voicing his inability to continue as the other character watched him with concern. Ground trembled as he stomped down fiercely, his determination resonating in the air around him. A tired young woman walked down a futuristic hallway, each step heavy with exhaustion. She expressed her fatigue, mentioning the instructor's strictness. A startled girl with long hair looked around, confusion etched across her face in the unfamiliar, futuristic environment. A curious girl with long hair surveyed the crowd, unsure of what had captured everyone's attention. She questioned why so many people had gathered there. A group of characters stared in shock, raising their arms and leaning forward as they reacted to an unseen phenomenon. A surge of anxiety filled the air as they looked around, sensing the group's intense focus on something unseen, questioned the onlookers about what they were staring at. Sudden gasps swept through the group as they turned towards an unexpected event off-panel. Sudden gasp filled the air as hung upside down, his expression radiating intensity. The surprised voice of a curious female character questioned his position. Frustration surged through as he questioned why his opponent was so strong. Looked shocked and frustrated, questioning why he had been asleep for almost 2 months while his rival appeared so carefree. Upside down, relaxed and at ease, seemingly unfazed by the overwhelming gravitational force, he expressed comfort with the extraordinary weight pressing down. A tense moment hung in the air as he stood over his defeated opponent, pointed dismissively at the fallen figure, indicating the fight was over. A glowing red button pulsed ominously as pointed at it in disbelief. He exclaimed that it was 5 times more than expected. A nearby woman looked toward the button, her expression filled with concern. A sense of urgency filled the air as prepared to unleash his powerful technique. He urged everyone to gather quickly for the natural breathing technique. A sense of urgency burst through the crowded environment as warned others to hurry to the GFOS room. The surprised crowd gasped as a notable figure emerged, excitement buzzing through the air. They expressed disbelief that it was really him. The atmosphere crackled with tension as he launched himself into the air, determination radiating from every muscle. Tense pressure surrounded as he struggled against the overwhelming gravitational force from the machine. Tense determination filled the air as prepared for his rigorous training, ready to push his limits against the gravitational force. He clenched his fist, feeling the weight of the challenge ahead. He believed he needed greater pressure to truly test his abilities. Tension crackled in the air as activated the gravitational force mechanism, challenging the limits of his endurance. Shocked onlookers reacted to his surprising display of strength. The room buzzed with tension as approached the seated character, determination etched on his face. A woman with long hair sat at a desk, reflecting on the 2 students who had quit the training camp today. Moments later, a character with long white hair observed intently as someone offered a drink, dismissing the situation lightly. Drink sat in his hand and he criticized the excessive sugar, claiming it was too sweet, responded that took things too seriously. He added that the current group of trainees was impressive, estimated that most would endure until the end. The futuristic training facility buzzed with energy, highlighting the determination of its occupants, pointed excitedly towards the GeForce room, noting someone had broken its record. Revelation of tension filled the air as discussed records, intrigued by the latest developments in their training. He wondered if it was, recalling his nearing achievement of 4x gravitational force. Another corrected him, revealing it was a surprising figure. A surge of energy erupted from shaking the very ground beneath him. He couldn't contain his fury, demanding to know what had been said. Questioned the female character about the unknown kid's rank, expressing his confusion about the situation. Determined martial artists loomed over a figure, the air thick with anticipation, revealed they had finally found the one they had been searching for. The weight of the gravitational force pressed down on him, an invisible enemy testing his limits, struggled, nearing his breaking point under the immense pressure. Air crowded with tension as prepared to unleash a powerful new technique, determination etched on his focused face. He resolved to try the new technique, fully committed to mastering it. The air pulsed with energy as focused, drawing power for an unseen target. Glowing energy source shimmered before him, signaling newfound strength after arduous training, revealed his vitality had increased by 10% from the heart he constructed. The atmosphere thickened with anticipation as clenched his fist, ready to confront the challenge ahead. He declared his intent to test his true limits now. Gravitational force intensified, pressing down like an unseen weight, and reacted with alarm. He questioned what had just happened. Ominous energy crackled around, who stood poised with determination, ready to channel his newfound power. Ominous energy enveloped as he struggled against unbearable pain, his body screaming for relief. He felt his blood thickening, fighting to remain conscious. Overwhelming gravitational force held suspended in midair, leaving him grappling with fear and disbelief. Ominous energy surged as his intense expression revealed his unwavering resolve. He stated his intention clearly, his confidence radiating through the tension in the air. Tense energy crackled around. He contemplated what it truly took to change the future. Energy pulsed around a defiant and strong-willed as he prepared to confront his challenges head-on, exclaims his unwavering resolve to not back down. Revealed himself against a cosmic backdrop, embodying strength and focus as he stepped forward. Tense atmosphere enveloped the scene as a nervous stood amidst onlookers. An unsure hand approached him, seeking action. Worried stood still, contemplating the urgent call echoing in the tense air. Girl enthusiastically presented a towel to the surprised, who looked at her in confusion. A woman expressed her gratitude too, while holding a small object in her hands. Frustrated stared at his phone, reflecting on his wasted points and the time he could have saved. Reward notification flashed on the phone, leaving the curious and engaged surprised by the unexpected news. Frustrated examined the toll points, shocked by the thousands that far exceeded his own. His friends looked on, equally astonished. Addressed the crowd, declaring that 4,000 would be enough for him to have his fill. Determined martial artist with dark hair was being pursued by a group, excitement palpable in the air as they rushed after him. Character A called out urgently, asking where it was heading. Character B, confused, questioned the direction of their chase. Watched with awe, realizing the immense power radiating from him. Mysterious figure captured his attention, drawing him into a moment of intense focus and curiosity. Bustling scene unfolded as walked through the crowd, reflecting on the fierce chase he had just experienced. Determined martial artist executed a high-speed maneuver, captivating the onlookers around him. Lee expressed her amazement at the impressive feat he had just performed, analyzed the direction it was heading, noting the significance of the footwork and movement studio. Completed his training, feeling accomplished yet exhausted after surpassing 52% of his peers in footwork and movement skills. State-of-the-art training facility reflects with pride on his world ranking, feeling invincible among his peers. He boasts about constantly updating his progress in the Martial Alliance ranking system. He claims to have surpassed billions, believing humans are not made equal. With his speed-up talent and personal instruction, he feels far ahead of others. He adds that just watching him train brings extraordinary benefits to his peers. Crowd gathered, their eyes fixed on a spectacle unfolding before them, sparking curiosity and confusion in the air. Watched the scene, puzzled about the commotion and wondering why everyone was gathered. An unknown character asked what was happening and speculated about an instructor demonstration. Crowd gathered, murmuring with curiosity as one questioned what everyone was looking at. A confident character mocked, questioning if anyone believed the sleepyhead could break his record. Crowd buzzed with energy, but confusion swirled as took notice of a stranger's aggressive stance. Questioned the stranger's identity, feeling the weight of the moment. A shocking event unfolded, leaving two characters frozen in bewilderment. Reacted with disbelief while another character questioned what had just happened. Vast array of laser launchers activated, casting ominous red beams across the battlefield. Reacted with alarm, feeling the threat of imminent danger. In a dimly lit room, a focused and determined man activated a terminal, the red lights illuminating his intense expression. Tension thickened as laser beams crisscrossed the training room, each pulse a test of skill and resolve. Analyzed the training challenge, determined to avoid the incoming beams. In a dark environment, brandished his sword, ready to face whatever came next. Tense energy beams erupted, filling the air with light and chaos, leaving in utter disbelief. Expressed confusion about what was happening. Sense of excitement filled the air as with red hair asked if it was the TM's first time in the studio. Another boy confirmed that everyone had followed him there. Focused intensely as he broke the historical record in the GeForce training room. Stunned observed who sat on the floor, astonished by the unexpected display of talent. Jinhee wondered how had achieved such strength. Mazed, a skilled and perceptive performed footwork, weaving effortlessly through laser beams that danced around him. Tense atmosphere filled the dimly lit room as a focused and alert turned toward the source of danger. Tense atmosphere filled the air as prepared to strike, determination etched across his face. He sensed a shocking revelation from an unknown character watching him intently. Laser beams whizzed past and skillfully dodged them, focused on his next move. Glowing pink energy pulsed in Satra's hand, radiating his fierce determination. Worried female character contemplated her actions, frowning as she observed a confused Ling against the door. Laser-like beams intersected around a focused and ambitious, as he trained diligently, determined to improve his speed and skills. He expressed enthusiasm about the effectiveness of the training program. Digital confirmation message displayed his achievement, announcing that he had cleared level 2 of the footwork and movement training. Sense of disbelief hung in the air as peers watched him complete level 2 training in mere minutes. A curious peer questioned why the training felt so different from what they had seen before. Another peer thoughtfully remarked that his previous level 2 training seemed exceptionally easy. A surprised peer continued to watch, amazed by Surat's progress. Calm atmosphere enveloped the training ground as he exhibited relaxed control, effortlessly demonstrating his skills. Expressed curiosity about TM's abilities, noting it was the first time he and were on the same page. Digital interface announced the commencement of level 3 training, signaling a new challenge ahead. Blinding light erupted, enveloping as he braced against the chaos surrounding him. He exclaimed his surprise at the intensity of level 3 training. A concerned figure watched him, noting it seemed overwhelmingly difficult. Digital interface buzzed as he faced an array of laser beams, determination etched on his face. He assessed the situation, realizing the challenge was escalating. Massive explosion erupted, shaking the ground and sending debris flying in all directions. Leaped away from the chaos, narrowly escaping the blast. Sudden breakthrough and train left, contemplating the significance of reaching the inner discernment stage. He expressed astonishment at how rare this achievement was among veterans. Frustration filled the air as argued passionately with a defensive figure beside him. He insisted that his experience was significant while the other character countered her talent. She proclaimed her speed-type abilities were unmatched, insisting she was born for this. Tension escalated as he exclaimed in disbelief, expressing his irritation. Air crackled with intensity as concentrated, pushing his limits to harness his psychic foresight. He realized relying solely on this ability was no longer sufficient. Tension hung thick in the air as anxiety crept into TM's demeanor, catching the attention of 2 observers. The concerned observer noted TM's shift in mood, clearly troubled by his anxiety. A burst of red energy surrounded, radiating confidence and determination as he focused on controlling it. A surge of energy erupted from, illuminating the space with raw power and intent. He yelled that it was time to switch tactics. Digital progress report displayed a completion rate for movement training, capturing his focused determination. Tense atmosphere filled the room as the group searched for answers, pointed and questioned the others about sudden disappearance. Atmosphere thickened with tension as observed his surroundings intently, explained that the opponent was so fast they couldn't see him anymore. Warning light flickered ominously as focused intently on the high-tech control panel. He resolved to deactivate the defense mechanism. A reflective moment enveloped the scene as observed another character leaning over in exhaustion. He sighed and acknowledged the arrival of a new generation. He noted the impressive accomplishments and the need to return. Appeared resolute, determined to continue despite the challenges ahead. A confused character looked back at him, uncertain of his decision. Digital progress bar hovered in the air, displaying a stark 0% completion rate. A wave of disbelief washed over, as he exclaimed about the absurdity of attempting to complete all level 4 training in a single day. A futuristic room, tension filled the air as he examined the blue device with apprehension. A tense moment unfolded as a threatening device suddenly activated, catching off guard. A glowing red geometric shape formed as focused and connected the energy nodes, determination etched across his face. A dramatic red and white web of energy surged forward, illuminating the intense atmosphere of the moment. Unleashed a powerful energy attack, channeling his focus and determination into the display. A chaotic scene erupted as he stood firm, fear flickering in his eyes. Warned the others about the impending threat, his voice filled with urgency. Sudden chills swept through the air, and tension crackled like static electricity. Reacted with shock and fear at the unseen threat looming nearby. Holographic interface displayed footwork and movement level 4, with a completion rate of 30%, highlighting his ongoing struggle. Concern filled the air as he contemplated the implications of the situation, glancing at a calm female figure with crossed arms. Red web-like energy structure surrounded, who stood resolute and defiant against the incoming challenge. An unknown figure smugly declared their intent to test him. A whirlwind of energy surged around, signaling a pivotal moment in his training. He prepared to unleash the breath of the wind. A powerful surge of energy erupted as he thrust his palm forward, aiming at an unseen target. Contemplative touched a geometric structure, reflecting on how time felt distorted in this moment. A triumphant wave of energy enveloped him as he demonstrated his psychic prowess, revealing his new status as a rank 3 psychic mentalist. A burst of vibrant energy surrounded a determined, with white hair as he focused intently on channeling his power. Tense confrontation unfolded as revealed his identity, igniting surprise in his opponent. A sudden surge of energy erupted, leaving in shock as he observed the phenomenon unfold. A spectral figure loomed ominously, casting a chilling presence over the scene, reacted with shock at the figure's threatening demeanor. Declared his intent to test his abilities once more, radiating determination as mystical energy surrounded him. A powerful aura enveloped a determined and powerful character as she phased through the barrier, her focus unwavering amidst the chaos. Out a barrage of laser beams, his focus sharp and his movements agile in the dimly lit room. A fierce surge of purple energy erupted from him as he conjured his attack towards a distant target. Electricity crowded in the air as focused, his hands glowing with a fierce energy that promised transformation. Electricity surged through the air and recoiled from the overwhelming energy. A mystical figure lunged forward, reaching out menacingly as it instinctively dodged the impending attack. A powerful vortex swirled around, pulling at him with immense force as he struggled against it. A radiant swirl of psychic energy erupted from, showcasing his immense power. He warned the onlookers that they could observe, but they could not touch his abilities. The observer watched in awe, mesmerized by the display of psychic strength. Striking red laser beams surrounded, revealing the toll of his intense training. He expressed frustration about reaching his limit due to unexpected psychic drain. Striking red laser light surrounded, highlighting his intense focus during training. He reflected on his progress, feeling frustrated with his limitations. A surge of energy pulsed as prepared to pierce through the glowing energy field. He focused intently, ready to unleash his strength. Train completion screen illuminated the room, announcing some impressive achievement and progress. Amazement washed over the crowd as they marveled at his astonishing results. An astonished onlooker exclaimed her disbelief at his skills, questioning his status as merely a student. Unablated his martial arts ranking, feeling frustrated as his peers laughed nearby, oblivious to his internal struggle. A sense of accomplishment hung in the air as the crowd erupted in applause, celebrating a remarkable achievement. A character in uniform congratulated for breaking the G-Force training room's historical record. A confident woman playfully asked where planned to go next, whether to the combat training studio or the psych energy training room. Stood firm, defying the scrutiny of two observers, his determination radiating despite their presence. He responded that neither option was appealing. Excitement sparkled in his eyes as glanced at the holographed menu, anticipating the delicious meals awaiting him. The jovial character laughed loudly, sharing a joke that seemed to amuse him greatly. Appeared unimpressed, his expression betraying slight annoyance. The futuristic room buzzed with technology as approached the instructor, curiosity evident in his steps. The calm and composed faced another character, ready for the assessment ahead. The confident and assertive character proposed a simple assessment too, gesturing as he spoke, responded with an agreeable tone, ready to engage in the challenge. The sterile room filled with advanced technology buzzed quietly, hinting at the significance of the moment. Held a blood collection needle, questioning whether his vitality had been tested. Shen hung in the air as hesitated, staring at the syringe his companion held firmly. Admitted he TMT pierced his skin with the needle in his dorm. Confident, boasted about a child's rank advancement, claiming it was impossible to break the record without significant physical toughness. Touched his chest, reflecting on a past event that weighed heavily on his mind. Determined and authoritative woman held the blood collection needle, asserting it was designed for rank 5 martial artists and would suffice for him. A tense atmosphere filled the room as a calm woman prepared to inject with the syringe. An unknown figure held a golden syringe aimed at outstretched hand. Curious reached out, receiving a flashlight from a serious woman in a futuristic setting. Shocked observed, intrigued by the unexpected mention of a young rank 3 martial artist after nearly a decade. In a high-tech environment, a confident man invited a curious to check his combat power index. Powerful technique erupted from a confident martial artist, captivating the crowd with its intensity. Expressed his determination to push his limits. A shocked spectator acknowledged the incredible feat, declaring a complete monster. Atmosphere brimmed with anticipation as graduation loomed, marking the end of a significant journey. Instructor Chin declared his graduation, granting him newfound freedom and responsibility. Felt a wave of gratitude wash over him as he thanked his mentor. A sense of suspense filled the air as stood alert, absorbing the weight of the moment. The assertive female character warned about an additional test that awaited him. Glowing energy crystal sparkled in the knowledgeable female character's hands as she explained its historical significance. She described its discovery in Canaan over a century ago. The crystal's unique properties allowed it to absorb psychic energy remarkably well. After its discovery, it became essential for assessing the abilities of psychic mentalists. The knowledgeable female character explained how to assess psychic power with a glowing object, emphasizing the need to infuse it with psychic energy. The confident female character pointed to the psychic power display, noting its impressive increase since their last assessment. A surprised, acknowledged the significant change. The glowing object pulsed in his hands as he confronted Dong, his defiance radiating through the air. He declared that she could insult him, but not his lifestyle. A mysterious figure presented a glowing object too, and the other character, capturing their intrigued attention. Shen crackled in the air as a frustrated woman shouted, questioning the dismissive TM's bravado about its abilities.